Welcome back to the late IHP show for my IHP community and 5D collective. We are chit-chatting this evening. Let me double check on, yes, self-worth and love, they are the future, not self-shame and envy stories. So tomorrow we're going to have an extended, but there are a couple of aspects when you're moving into your own divine feminine. Okay, so she will manifest in a variety of ways because you're going to get to be your whole self by doing the inner child work, becoming that adult. Okay, so your divine feminine. And that is where I'm going to share the suffering is not as fun, that's for sure. I mean, you can't heal trauma again with the wrong people. And you want to, therefore, remember, today we talked about it, stay away from negative and stupid people. They have low self-esteem, unhealthy self-soothing mechanisms. In fact, they get on screen and they tell you that they're going to brutally dissect the modern therapist in healing because they think the system's trying to keep you trapped. Also, they're going to get on screen and tell you it's not really true that you will be enlightened and healthy with non-reactivity. They'd say it's dangerous to show no emotion. I think they don't really understand that you do always have emotions because that's just like your basics. So there's that. Then they also wield words to say something, what was it? Reactivity. It's good to be reactive. There's dangers in being non-reactive. So like just really this woman, she's just going out of her way to tell you not to get healthy because she wants to project her survival mode. So her envy, jealousy, spite, low self-esteem. So she's definitely not a good match for any man, woman, or they who wants to learn to be Pacha and to be a Sadguru, a Jesus, a Buddha, to restoratively embody yourself, your mammalian heritage. By the way, your body and your brain is going towards that. So she's even going against her own life, but she's armored and shut, like is the man who talks to you on screen about, what was it, men don't text women back because 1 second after fucking them, they feel contempt and disgust towards us ladies, and then, what was it, shame. I just don't know where the shame goes. So these are only 2 individuals out there that are assholes talking about shit, and I just think, not assholes, I'm an asshole too, I'm saying like stupid idiots. Oh, they have a bunch of degrees, they think they know a lot, and I'm fascinated by any ego. No, I'm not. I'm being sarcastic. So what I know they did was not go down the path to their divine feminine. No, they just stayed in, remember the distorted feminine's journey, Layla, from Eric Clapton? Yeah, the one who cuts you from spirit and source. They're cut from spirit source because they have shame, blame, fault, revenge. So inside their body, it's kind of like, remember the Little Mermaid, the cartoon version, Ursula, she's got all that seaweed. Poor unfortunate souls, so sad, right? So when they don't pay, she turns them into seaweeds. They have seaweed inside their body. That's what it's like with the self-loathing, gut wrench, torn apart. But because your body is intelligent, it will still protect the person, meaning the life, so it doesn't want you to be tortured. So you're armored, shut in with the dark sides of neuroplasticity. That's how inner critic works, outer critic, and staying stuck in shame. So anybody who follows them, we all know what they want to do. They want to stay in Layla, the distorted feminines. They're on Pinocchio's island. They're getting drunk, shame drinking, shame fucking, shame drugging, shame everything. Some are moderate. They'll be successful, quote unquote, with jobs. They just look like they're fancy, like on screen, like these human beings. But then when you look at how they wield their words, lack of imagination for evil, like you laugh in your butthole, and then you think, wow, they don't really know anything about their self yet, huh? I think they're not committed to being their authentic self. They're in fact not committed to loving oneself, to humanity, being kind or good. Yeah, I think they're committed to what is called the unresolved trauma. We're going to leave them alone. So those of us here, I at least for sure, I'm the Christ consciousness, the ones of us who expand through love. Yeah, we know, again, can't heal trauma with the wrong people. Stay away from negative and stupid people. Those are included, but we can make fun of them. They call us monsters. We call them nothing. Just make fun of them because they're actively wielding their words, as I just said, like stupid idiots, because really they don't know how it is to be restorative embodiment with a whole 1-year-old and 3-year-old. If they did, they would know why the healing from good therapy is important, and the restorative embodiment, and how, well, they'd know the flow state of the brain, which is really awesome. The Zen master, he doesn't know flow either, because he doesn't know how to do his sadness. He calls it laundry. So when you know mindfulness, living and loving, raise your hand, and spirituality. I come with Jesus, though. I have to say I'm lucky. Also, it might be in my DNA why I don't have PTSD stuff. I don't use my temporal junction. I don't suffer emotions. I use the prefrontal. This is why people who come to IHP, it's for prefrontal cortex workout. Otherwise, they're not here. They envy. No, some of them, they're like, how dare she? She's toxic positive. She's pretending. They feel this. I know of them. I was a teenager when I noticed these energies. I just thought, you're all cowards. You don't know how to tell me the truth in my face. Envy is a low self-esteem. So is jealousy. Emotion, meaning you don't have confidence in you. Wow, I'm so sorry. I hope you can grow confident. I mean, you can grow confident, right? You know how it works, don't you? Oh, wait. Robert Sapolsky, what was it? The 3-year-old? Yeah, oh shit, I forgot. Your first 3 years of life matter a lot. So if you don't go to Patrick Tian, he's a great childhood trauma survivor, and you don't get to reparent, you won't know what I'm talking about yet. Yeah, I'm so sorry you don't know how to self-soothe in a healthy way yet, because insecure attachment people, well, they don't know themselves at all. They need others to tell them who they are, because they don't own their sense of self. It's just a pity. Oh, observe, witness, narrate means you know your human name, and then that you have a 1-year-old, it's attached, panicky, or 3 to 7. Shame, submissive. You know that the 0-1-year-old is only the right mode of your brain. The left comes on by the 1 or 2 year mark, and the right is all the emotions. The left is the chit-chatter. Oh, I have interpersonal neurobiology. Dr. Daniel Fox. Nope, Siegel, excuse me. Fox is for personality disorders. Sorry, Dr. Dan. Siegel, I got confused. So I have buttloads of courses. Oh, I'm also mystic. Did I mention that? Yeah. So let me read to you, though, because Layla, the distorted feminine, I'm pretty sure she's out. She's out tonight, yeah. So again, don't go to those who shame fuck, shame drink, shame drugs. You will notice who they are if you're a healthy other. And the fancy man and women in suits and just all of them, we're going to keep making fun of them. That is what I was going to say. So our membership content will be where I share with our healthy adults, because I know that by standards, bypassers, yeah, they come and go, and they like, ugh, so they do this. It's fucking boring to be in healthy. Yeah. Thank you. Bye. Go to Cusco. Go have fun. We're having a good time over here because, 24 hours. I'm not going to be in misery. Wants company? What company? I don't vibe in that. I don't have misery. I have a roof. Might die tomorrow. Got life. I'm a mystic. I mean, life doesn't get any better than this. Integration of the brain. Anyone could try it, but they don't want to. No, they think that they're doing it. Yeah, I've seen a lot of pretends. I don't do spiritual bypassers or mantles of mental health. Really what it is I spot them. Also don't give them fuel, but I want our platform to continue to understand the differences so that, again, the ones who are healthy adults come and join, and then we enjoy mindfulness practices, mindset, and mindset with the membership content. And here, people just get to see the buffoon. No, I'm not a buffoon, but it's okay. I'm woo-woo pseudoscience lady. It's not bullshit, though. Oh, it's self-help. It ain't crap, that's for sure. Some of us are the choo-choo train that we did. We made it over the hump and beyond. It's really amazing. Again, I know exactly why I am who I am. My body told me. So did my mind. So did Dr. Daniel Siegel. It's called the differentiated self. Oh, wait, Stephen Porges too. Pat Ogden. Anyways, Layla. So put aside your clever schemes, oh lover. Be mindless. Become mad. Dive into the heart of the flame. Become fearless. Be like a moth. So when I've seen people do lust, I've had one experience, but it wasn't lust in my opinion. But then I figured out it was because it was disgusting beyond the bejesus of me. In fact, I just said, you know what? You already knew about yourself. You're not a exact strangers in the night kind of deal. So now you have confirmation. And a feminine is smart, a good one, because we don't do lust. We actively don't. We know the difference. Our gut's a good one because my body and heart, it's an inner child adult. See? So as a grown-up is where I got to figure out, okay, I already knew myself. Now I confirmed to know myself. Secure attachment people, they don't have questions Oh, there's no self-doubt here. My name's Maria. Did you not know what being yourself meant? Oh, I thought I knew all of it, but now I know it's all of your child parts and your grown-up parts. I know all of Maria. She's a cat. What is that song from the ones with the cats? There's a cartoon. I love cartoons. Those are the news stories, healing trauma. Let me see if I can find it after I read Layla. So, turn away from the self. That's why they get lost. And tear down the house. Then come and dwell in the house of love. Be a lover. Live with lovers. Clean your chest from all hostility. Well, that one without therapists. Envy is a really unfortunate business of those who live self-shame because they don't heal their inner child and get from 0-1 attached panicky, 3-7 shame submissive, freeze of all ages, flight 11-12, fight 14-15-16 to their grown-up version who uncharges all the child parts. My teacher, Sue Martin, she said, it's like having a home with all these child parts. If you're grown up and you have the sacred sister, your higher self, then you have the capacity to look at, oh, look, I have upset right now. Oh, look, I have not upset. Oh, look, Zen Master, I know how to do mindfulness and you have no fucking clue how to do it, but you want to use the title Zen Master. Just go figure. So let's make it fun, shall we? Because see, anybody's in, boo, you can go. There's a lady avoidant. She wants to stay avoidant because people are fucked up. There's a Zen Master-thon. Go, have fun in the land of Pinocchio. I'm not here for the land of Pinocchio. I'm here for the human beings. They're called human beings and doings like Jesus. Yes, we don't just sit around. No, we're actively, like right now, I'm in mindfulness, mindsight, and mindset. All in snap, one go. No, it's just been my luck. It's either in my genes that I don't have PTSD stuff, or it's basically I just put into practice my prefrontal cortex. I do come with God and Jesus. I want to share that just because it's only fair. I got to confirmation, Holy Spirit, but I'm not welcomed by all those people. We all know it. Because unfortunately, some of the Middle Ages stuck around and they decided that they could claim Reiki as a bad energy, that tarot is bad energy, Akashic record readings are bad energy. They don't like yoga. They think it brings demons out of you. They don't believe in trauma, don't believe in science. I mean, really, they should be with the flat earthers, but apparently they think they're different somehow. And they tease people who believe in Sadhguru by saying, well, people need something to believe in. What do you think God is? Because the sciences people actively think that we believe in a fictitious God, meaning they don't believe in it at all. So I'm just wondering, how the fuck does that come out of your mouth with a cloak and on a TV and being interviewed? How smart are you? Not for my ears, just for the ears that, what are they, plebeian masses? Schopenhauer talks about idiots. Well, wait, let me not be mean. Insecure attachment people, they don't know themselves. They don't know how to seek out their authentic needs. They choose avoidance, distractions, distortion. That's right, they also have a distorted self because the attachment wounds create, I'm not worthy. And here, what was it, Layla? Clean your chest from all hostility. Yeah, I've been searching in the night. So when they get tired and they're searching and they don't go to good therapy, they think that well, people are fucked up. Why should I get healed? That's how the avoidant attachment decides to stay with her torture. So instead, clean your chest from all hostility. Let's see, wash it 7 times. 7 deadly sins. Anyone? But it's not about Lucifer. No, it's about, do you own your sense of self, the core, the narrative, relational, and solo self? The Zen Master doesn't, because he calls sadness laundry. You see what I'm saying? Core means you would say, use your name, then you know how to calibrate your nervous system. There's a bunch of free information online. I bring it all together, spirituality, sciences. I'm a 5D mystic in the Enlightenment Soul Age group who's a functional adult, means healthy adult, means I have healthy boundaries. So I'll tell you to your face the truth, but I won't do characterological distinctions or judgments. It's called I don't cast stones, because how dare I would not. I know the energy of humble. The only people who don't know the difference are the ones who don't have healthy self-worth. I'm okay with that. Not trying to impress anyone, one. Number two, if you have unhealthy self-worth means you have low self-esteem. I definitely won't be trying to be on your level because I have healthy self-worth, not low self-esteem. You understand? So if you don't know how to calibrate in your healthy self-worth, well, why would I become unkind calibrate. I also don't know of unkindness because, again, my 1-year-old and 3-year-old, they're whole. There's no shame button. Forgot to mention that again. So that's how it works when you're self-empowered. People keep talking. They also sometimes don't know why they're just so upset inside. I do. Patrick Tiahan lets me know that any childhood trauma survivor doesn't like people who are gooey, ooey, ooey, or people basically who are navigating the ventral vagal state because they're actively in a dysregulated nervous system. So they will be that 3-year-old brokenhearted shame with the 1-year-old who wants to hug me, but the 16-year-old is spiting the very household that didn't give it to them and their own self. It's called self-sabotage or self-contempt or self-loathing or basically lack of self-awareness. Because if you were aware, you'd be like, why would I have any kind of emotion coming up at all, like or dislike, with a person that I don't know? That's actually not necessary. I can be in neutrality because I'm exchanging conversation with another human being. So I don't need to feel that I like or I don't like. Oh wait, am I ruled by feelings by any chance? Because likes and dislikes are emotions, which is why you always have them on. Neutrality too, because there's always going to be a hint of something, even though, no, not really, there isn't always a hint. At sometimes it's basically I'm present, curious, open, accepting, loving. That's how healthy self-worth people do it. The ones who don't know it, that's why they live a life of self-shame and envy, jealousy, spite, evil stories. Everyone's out to get me. Don't you see how awful humans are? Oh, look, there's no people that stand at your side. They always want everything from you. That sounds like a teenager, doesn't it? Yeah, so was it what? Wash it 7 times. Then fill it with the wine of love. Be a chalice for love. Be a chalice. Love isn't like wine. You must be all love to be worthy of the beloved. Remember, you are your own beloved and lover when you're whole self. Right now, you're not the beloved. You'd be the lover. When you get your whole 1-year-old, then you're also your beloved. When going to gathering of drunks, be a drunk. Become a drunk. Nah. No, not really. Not the ones of us who are in the Enlightenment Soul age group. We don't become a drunk. We drink consciously. We fuck consciously. I don't do any drugs at all, and totally not in favor of any of them, but I'm pretty sure a conscious lover, healthy other would do them consciously, meaning that they think about the holes in their head and their health as they get older if they're smart. If they're not, then again, there's Gabor Mate for the ones who want to heal from certain environments, Bezel van der Kolk, Stephen Porges, Peter Levine, a lot of them. I'm here for those who are healthy adults and the ones who are healing, and therefore they are ready for mindfulness meditation. So the stories serve the healthy adults. Just so we're clear, I have compassion, but when I see it's hard to believe or it's fucking boring to be healthy, that's why I'm just letting you all know. Pretty much I'm letting anybody who comes across anything say, okay, come join the land of the living. And if you don't like it, have fun in the land of, well, fancy man in suit will let you know why man won't text us back, ladies. Apparently contempt, disgust 1 second after the deed. Feel sorry for the man. And the shame thing, not really sure where it's at, but I still feel sorry for them. No, I don't feel sorry for them. I just think therapy, hey, Patrick Tiahan and Terry Real, they need you, but the fancy man in the suit didn't tell anyone to go to therapy, nor did the fancy woman in the suit who said, women, women, women. Remember, if he fucks you, I don't want you to think about it. I've never thought it once. Wait for it. My regulars are so wedding bells, and all these women laugh, and I'm like, lack of self-worth. 1-year-old, 3-year-old, 5-year-old, are you still trying to own the place at the seat? Meaning you don't feel worthy, Distorted self. I'm so sorry. Pretty sure if you went to therapy, you'd be able to know you're not here to serve anyone or to fuck 1 and or 2 or 3 and get married. I mean, really, you don't have to get married anymore. Let's not talk about that because, the whole till death do you part, sickness and in health, they don't really mean it unless they have secure attachment. Doesn't matter if they're polyamory or monoamory, if they're not securely attached. They don't know what it means to have any type of balls or vaginas because they don't know how to be committed. They're not a flag or a flag post or the wind. They're basically Cusco and, the squirrel fools. So no Lucifer to be found, just people who don't know how to love, live, or laugh. So we don't do anything, again, with the unhealthy self-worth, unhealthy self-soothing people, because they're stupid, they're negative, they also have low self-esteem, and why would we be around them? They're going to be a Cusco, you know what I mean? Really what it is they'll self-select out. They won't talk, they won't show up, they won't, you know, like cowards do. And Robert Sapolsky, yes, they have been determined, but they have free will, because there's plenty of healthy adults and therapists out there saying, hey, we're here for all of you. They'd rather go to the in-betweens that aren't even serious about what they do. Yeah, that's for tomorrow. So your thought takes a course, dragging in its wake, dragging you in its wake. Move beyond thought. Let your heart lead, be the leader. When the grace of love is revealed, be a mirror to reflect it. When the beloved's hair is loosened, brush it like a comb, be a comb. Rumi. How I long for my thoughts to no longer make any sense to me. So this is the monkey brain. Actively rumination is why people would get drunk to the bejesus of them, distract themselves, fuck each other, and do every single one of the shame cycles. Inner critic, outer critic, drugging, fucking, drinking, all of that again. So I'm going to continue, and then we're going to close out our lovely late IHP show with the note of why the future is true love, because scientists and healthy spirituality people, healthy all adults, we know how to say, okay, look, go follow fancy men and women with suits if you want to stay unhealthy. We're going to hang out together as we get to mystics and not be life. Laugh, love. We got 24 hours. We know what mindfulness and mortality means, and we also know how sciences works. I love being spirituality, by the way, and it is my last lifetime priority, with the big buttload of faith, just because sciences explains everything my faith taught me, and the future will be pretty. I'm so pretty because people will learn how to calibrate as they already are and have healthy relationships. Doesn't mean they're all going to be polyamory or not. No, it just means that people are going to know intelligence versus stupidity, which is unkindness due to the lack of awareness of being able to get out of trend. No, they have the capacity, they're just not interested in that. They like to run around on Pinocchio's island and think that they know what they're doing, and then they have envy, jealousy, spite, and suffering, like the Zen master. They think enlightenment is not something possible. It is possible. So is flow state again. So if you don't want to think thoughts, it means you want to learn how to think thoughts, because it means you have a hard time with thoughts and emotions, like the Zen master. So then I can be rid of them, like noisy house guests who have overstayed their welcome. Oh, the peace when they finally go. Their incessant chatter brings me no comfort. I crave the silence of you. Will you let me hear it? Will you run through the noisy house of my mind with your great muddy feet, so that I can focus on something other than my mind for a while? Maybe you can make such a mess that I shall give up my plans and attempts at order completely. Just give in for a change. It's time for that. To give up my ridiculous fantasies of perfection, useless, noisy, irritating, demanding, and yet deadening perfection. I'd rather just be alive, which you can be when you get out of ruminating and in your prefrontal, but therapy would help you, not this, because this, without you knowing about your child parts and your nervous system, makes you just a philosopher, which is why we've got spiritual bypassers, because they'll read this. They'll think that they know magic, which it's not about magic channelers, but that's again for tomorrow. Point is, all of this description, it's a default mode network that scans self and others because it's afraid of being its own self, because you have insecurity, childhood trauma charges, and or more that could be tended to, like right now as you speak. So I want to plant my head in the earth, in the same mud that sticks to your feet, and breathe in her rich soil smell. I want to feel heart beating in the quiet movements of the roots of the plants as they stretch and grab and stop my ears with her fertile dirt, finally gaining peace from the constant infernal racket of thoughts no longer wanted. Oh, beloved, how you are to be envied. You are being given the gift of no self, no noise, no sense. The great beloved truly wants you to be closer than ever to the wild, universal heart. In that field of love, every electronic device goes haywire, systems collapse, worlds collide, and great stars are born from the chaos. But the real you will sense none of this. You'll be staring at your beloved, so intoxicated by love, your tongue will loll out of your mouth, and you'll drool like a bloodhound, and you won't care a hoot, neither will the great beloved. Such will the passion of your reunion be, that the only thing to matter will be the one great exploding, the great love exploding inside your being. So who cares if you have no idea what day it is? What was your job supposed to begin? Or how to make a conversation, let alone an intelligent conversation, at the dinner table? Ah, well, you shall not be yourself anymore. You shall not be so appropriate or sociable. Who understands crazy words that fall out of your mouth, unchecked by logic or rationality? I do. I know the beloved too. I'm under the same loving spell. I, like you, have no I anymore. I, like you, am so crazy with love that I care not for things making sense anymore. I, like you, long for my night of love with the great beloved that ends me forever and renders me only and ever the lover of the great beloved. I call that night forward from my love-crazed heart, as do you, that Laylat al-Qadar, the night of destiny. Let us run together and pound on the bedroom door of the great beloved. There is no shame, there is nothing else worth holding on to. Let us go now and throw ourselves upon the goodwill of the Creator. Our hair shall be messy and mingle with the curving galaxy, and the planets shall grow rings around them, becoming the many eyes of the great beloved, delightfully bearing witness to our loving, passionate surrender. So you are moving through a period of not knowing of time in the great void or womb of the Divine Mother. It is in the place that seed can crack open and take root. Okay, so side note. That's for tomorrow or another time, but the message for how I was sharing it is that some people, they don't know how to move into their true self and get that lovely connection to the prefrontal. Others, instead, they do. And with that being said, thanks for tuning in. Again, future is all about love. And as for shame, well, I mean, as long as there are people who will commit to staying in shame, but it's not the future yet. Right now, we're just beginning to be able to have healthy adults. Healthy adults attract healthy adults. And so when we have Laylas, we'll know, and when we have Christ consciousness, we'll know. And again, it's all about integration of the brain and choosing how to be able to be mindfully aware and or spiritually aware with good therapists, with good holistic practitioners, with those of us who care about being ourselves, flaws, but with integrity. And again, with all due respect to any and all polyamory, pronouns, monoamory. This is not why we're having situations, sexual freedoms, all these things. What we do have at the foundation, at least from me to you, to share is that people don't know how to regulate their 1-year-old and 3-year-old and their child parts. And they don't know how to be an emotionally, mentally, and physically aware, accountable, regulating, and mature person. And they got fancy people in suits who perpetuate shame. But that shame is understandable, at least in this lifetime, for all of those of us who are cultured and educated and intelligent. So let's come together to lead those who want to heal to healing. Those who don't, they don't have to. There's the laws that we get to use to protect each other. And then we have our voices to try and come together with people who want healthy self-worth and empowerment. So again, envy is a very small energy, so is jealousy, and so is anyone who doesn't know healthy self-worth or how to self-regulate and self-soothe in a healthy way. So any